His family has owned this property for 76 years. So this was at one point mostly just wooded. Throughout the history, they, went from sort of a homestead to a really conventional farming model that most of the farms went to, which is, commercial grain and seed production. And they raise commercial eggs, so you'll get to see that. Where Whidbey Island Grown does the packing now is actually an old commercial hen house. Of course, strawberries have been the staple of our farm since 1948. My wife and I came back to the farm in earnest 5 years ago, and we decided to go from that model. We said we're going to go cold turkey organic, and we're not going to use any synthetics. And what I really love to tell people now is, if you're in that position, don't go cold turkey. Maybe we figured out we had to do something different. We immediately recognized that we needed animal impact to gain that fertility back and the nutrient cycle back. And so then we went down that whole regenerative path. We raise about 70 hogs a year, and 32 cows, and approximately 100 sheep a season. And then strawberries, and we have a large garden. We have about probably a 2-acre garden, and then we probably do another 2 acres of row crops. So. So that greenhouse is where, that's a high tunnel is what we call it, is where, and that's an NRCS contract.
What is NRC contract?
NRCS is the Natural Resource Conservation Service. And so they have the cost share program available. So for good conservation practices, that. No, I mean, I got that high tunnel at almost a 90% cost share, so I wouldn't have been able to build that without the NRCS cost share on it. So it's a pretty good program overall. That's where we start. So we pay the greenhouse no carver to start seeds for us. We actually go there and start them. And he has germination tables and all that, so it's a really good partnership.
That's a really wise move. I mean, so many small farmers, want to do everything themselves, and I mean, there's just not enough hours in the day.
Yeah.
And so you have to pick what is appropriate for what you can do.
That's, I think, one of our biggest humps right now trying to get over is, like, I would love to keep people year round. Because you have to find new people every year, you have to train new people, and so, one, I have to have the income to justify it, but two, I have to have a job that doesn't burn people out.
Yeah.
There's a flip side to every coin, and part of we need more off-season income, and none of us really like the idea of just working off the farm. So we had to figure out how to, and that was another really big helpful thing about the livestock, is it allows us to have sort of more winter income because we can process meat and then hold it through the winter. But the trade-off is that now I've got 50 ewes that have to lamb in the winter, and I gotta have groups of baby pigs coming all the time. So this is a cover crop right here. It's peas, vetch, rye, and radish. And so these little piggies they move once a week right now. Once they get bigger, they'll probably move twice a week. And I just have them doing exactly that. They'll eat it all down, then they'll root up the roots. And then when I'm ready to plant my winter squash, it's just like one pass with the field cultivator and a pass with a disc. About a week. Yeah, so they just moved from there. So this has been 2 moves right here in this little field.
That's amazing.
So
oh, look at that. Yeah.
they're just moving
there.
east. So this is a partnership. All the pork is a partnership with Equum Farm. And so over much deliberation over the last couple of years, we've decided that we're actually going to breed at Equum Farm. So he's busy setting up that operation. So this is the flirt. They are mixed. So I have this. So the pigs have the wagon over there, right? And it's 2 tanks, and it's got hoses, and then on the back I've rigged up a bunch of nipple drinkers, right? And this has same thing, except for it's 4 troughs on float valves. And they've got salt blocks on the other side. And you see how it's got that kind of weird top? That's because when the summer gets here, I have these 2 big metal rods that I'll slide into that thing like a frame, and I put a shade cloth on it. So they'll have a 35-foot shade cloth on there.
And you don't have an issue with these little fences holding that big.
They get out. One of them will figure out that if they put their horns under the bottom black wire, it's not hot.
Wow.
And then they just lift until the spike comes out.
They were all walking.
Yeah. And but
Yeah, they could try it.
fencing is a continuum.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got good feed and good water, you don't need to have very good fences. Yeah, and
Besides your little stand, where'd you sell your strawberries?
at farmers markets, and on the food hub, on the Whidbey Underground Food Hub. So this is our pack shed. This used to be a chicken house. So there used to be 5,000 birds in here. This is where we do all of our like packaging of vegetables, all of our meats in here. So I've got a million freezers, and I've got a big walk-in freezer, and I've got a walk-in cooler there, and I've got another walk-in cooler in the other building. And Whidbey Island Grown also does all their packing and aggregation and stuff in here for the food hub.
Our producers list their products on our online marketplace. Everyone orders everything that they harvest or make or whatever is pre-ordered. They bring it here. This is one of our aggregation points. We also have a south end aggregation point at Whidbey. So we drive down in our new refrigerator truck. Outside, which is so amazing. We drive down, we get the south end product, we bring it back, we just lay everything out on these tables, pack up all the orders, then we take them back down and distribute them to people. But it's a really great way for producers can sell stuff after they've listed it. They can go about their day, they can farm, they can go to the farmer's market, they can sell at their farm stand, and all during that time they're selling their products on the food hub. So